Have you ever felt like you're racing down someone else's road? Like success is a finish line you're chasing, but it's not even yours? Maybe it's the corner office you don't want, the perfect family you're supposed to have, or the endless hustle that leaves you hollow. Everyone else's gold star feels like your shackle. If that's tugging at your heart, stop right here. This isn't just a video. It's your liberation. Success isn't a one-size-fits-all trophy. It's yours to define, yours to shape, yours to claim. Today, I'm giving you 5 simple, soul-freeing steps to rewrite what winning means to you, woven through stories of women who ditched the world's script and carved their own paths. Raw, real, radiant paths that lit their spirits, not someone else's expectations. At Hope4Her, we're not here to box you in. We're here to break you out, to hand you the pen to your own story. Imagine this: a road stretching ahead, not crowded with others' rules, but wide open, yours alone, leading exactly where your heart wants to go. That's not a fantasy. It's your truth waiting to unfold. Stay with me, because success isn't their game. It's your fire, and it's time to ignite it your way. But first, let's crack this wide open. Here's the raw truth. Over 65% of women say they've chased a version of success that didn't even feel like theirs. 2 out of 3, running a race they never signed up for, breathless, burned, out wondering, who am I doing this for? That's not just a number, it's a wake-up call screaming through homes, offices, and hearts across America right now. It's the lawyer who hates her job but keeps climbing, the mom who's perfect on Instagram but crying inside, the dreamer who's buried her art for a paycheck. And here's the shock that'll shake you free. Even the women you idolize, the ones who've made it, have wrestled that same lie, chasing someone else's gold until they stopped, tore it apart, and built their own. They didn't find success in the world's playbook. They found it in their own messy, beautiful truth. These aren't glossy myths. They're real stories of women who redefined success and lit up their lives, not someone else's scoreboard. If they can rewrite it in a world obsessed with hustle and highlight reels, then you, yes you, can too. We're about to walk their paths, not to copy them, but to free you. Success isn't their road, it's yours, and you're about to claim it. Part 3. Redefining Success. What matters to you? Step 1. Unfollow the crowd. Your path is yours alone. Step 1 sets you free. Unfollow the crowd. Success isn't their checklist, it's your heartbeat, your road, yours alone. Stop running their race, start walking your path. Real story. J.K. Rowling. Picture this. Joanne Rowling, a young woman in the early 1990s sitting in a cramped apartment in Edinburgh, Scotland after moving to the UK from Portugal. She's divorced, a single mom to a baby girl, living on welfare, barely $100 a week to cover rent, diapers, and food. The world's telling her, get it together, Jo. Get a stable job, remarry, fit in. Her parents wanted her to be a secretary. Society wanted her to stop dreaming. She could have chased that crowd, applied for a 9-to-5, clocked in, clocked out, and called it success. But that wasn't her. She felt their version of winning suffocating her soul. Instead, she sat in local cafes, her daughter napping beside her, scribbling a story about a boy wizard on napkins and cheap notebooks. She said, "I felt their success wasn't mine. I had to write my own." 12 publishers rejected her manuscript, 12 no's from New York to London, each one a punch to the gut. Friends told her to give up, get practical. But she didn't. She kept her path, typing late into the night after her daughter slept, fueled by coffee and a fire no one else saw. In 1997, Harry Potter hit shelves, and today, she's a billionaire. Not because she ran their race, but because she walked her own winding road. For you, maybe it's the corporate ladder you're climbing, the suburban house you're supposed to buy, or the Instagram likes you're chasing. JK's story says, unfollow that noise. Your crowd, your boss, your family, your feed, they don't define you, you do. How to do it? Close your eyes. What's their success you're chasing? Money, status. Say, that's not mine. Right, my path is. Fill it with you. joy, art, peace. Unfollow one voice. Social media, a critic, mute it. Step off their road. You're not lost, you're leading. Step 2, name your joy. Success is what lights you. Step 2 digs deep. Name your joy. Success isn't a title. It's what sets your soul on fire. What makes you alive? Real story, Oprah Winfrey. Imagine Oprah Winfrey in the 1970s, a young black woman from rural Mississippi raised in poverty, sometimes wearing potato sacks because clothes weren't an option. She lands a job as a news anchor in Baltimore, a steady gig with a paycheck, respect, and a clear path up. It's the American dream, right? But it didn't light her up. She'd sit at that desk, reading teleprompters about fires and politics, feeling like a robot, disconnected, dimmed. She'd been abused as a child, told she'd never amount to much, and here she was, successful, by their standards, yet empty. Then she noticed something when she talked to people, really talked, listened, shared their stories. Her heart raced, her spirit glowed. She said, "I knew success was my voice, not their script." She quit anchoring in 1978, took a pay cut to co-host a local talk show, AM Chicago. Colleagues laughed. "You're throwing away a career." But she felt alive, connecting with everyday folks, single moms, dreamers, survivors like her. By 1986, it became the Oprah Winfrey Show, and today she's a media titan worth billions, not from chasing their newsroom fame, but from naming her joy, lifting others with her voice. For you, maybe it's the corner office that feels cold, the side hustle that pays but drains, or the perfect life that's not yours. Oprah's story says, find what sparks you, gardening, teaching, laughing with your kids, and name it. That's your flame, not theirs. How to do it. Sit quiet. What makes you glow? Laughter? Creating? Write it. Success is my joy. Name it clear. Say, this is mine. Do it once today. 5 minutes of your spark. You're not drifting. You're defining. Step 3. Shed their rules. Freedom shapes your win. Step 3 cuts loose. Shed their rules. Success isn't their box. Break it, shape it your way. Real story, Sara Blakely. Meet Sara Blakely in 1990s Florida, a 27-year-old door-to-door fax machine salesperson, sweating in pantyhose under the sun, making just enough to pay her $600 rent. Society's rules screamed at her. Go to college, get a degree, climb the corporate ladder, women don't invent. She'd failed the LSAT twice, ditched law school dreams, and her dad's voice echoed, get a real job. But she hated those rules. They boxed her in, dulled her spark. One day she cut the feet off her pantyhose to wear under white pants, comfortable, shaping hers. She thought, this could be something. No fashion degree, no business plan, just grit. She said, I didn't need their rules. I needed my idea. With $5,000 from her savings, she mocked up Spanx prototypes in her apartment, cold-called manufacturers, got rejected by every hosiery mill in North Carolina. They said, you're crazy, this won't sell. She kept going, drove 10 hours to pitch in person, landed one yes. In 2000, Spanx launched from her kitchen. Oprah named it a favorite thing and sales exploded. Today she's a billionaire, not by following their playbook but by breaking it. For you, maybe it's, you need a 9 to 5. You're too old to start, or moms don't chase dreams. Sara's story says, list those rules and shred them. Your win doesn't need their permission, it's yours to shape. How to do it, list one rule, I must, cross it out. Write, my success is free, break it, skip their should, do your want. You're not boxed, you're boundless. Step 4, walk your pace. Slow isn't failure. Step 4 steadies you. Walk your pace. Success isn't a sprint. Your rhythm wins, not their rush. Real story, Michelle Obama. Think of Michelle Obama in the 1990s, a high-flying lawyer in Chicago pulling $60,000 a year at a top firm, black, brilliant Ivy League grad. She could have sprinted, Partner by 35, corner office, power suits, the fast track to success. But life hit hard. She miscarried in her early 30s, grieved privately while smiling at work, then married Barack, a dreamer with big ideas and little cash. Friends said, "Keep climbing, don't slow down for family." She didn't listen. She said, "I took my time. I needed my rhythm." She stepped back, took a lower-paying job at the University of Chicago to be home more, built a family with 2 girls, Malia and Sasha, while Barack's career zigzagged. The world rushed. "Hurry up, Michelle." But she walked her pace, gardening with her kids, writing in quiet moments. When Barack became president in 2009, she didn't rush to fame. She waited, then wrote Becoming in 2018 at her speed, selling 17 million copies. Today she's a leader, not because she sprinted their race, but because she paced her own. For you, maybe it's the promotion you're rushing for, the side gig burning you out, or the buy 30 timeline ticking. Michelle's story says, slow down, breathe. Your pace isn't failure, it's power. How to do it. Breathe. 5 slow breaths. Right, my pace is success. Skip 1 rush today, rest, go slow. You're not behind, you're building. Step 5, own you're enough, you are the prize. Step 5 crowns you, own you're enough. Success isn't out there, you're the prize, right now. Real story, Lady Gaga picture. Stefani Germanotta, Lady Gaga, in 2006, a 20-year-old New Yorker, dropping out of NYU, singing in dive bars for $50 a night. The music industry said, be a pop princess, thin, perfect, predictable. She tried it, wrote bubblegum hits, wore what they wanted, but trauma lingered. Assaulted at 19, bullied for her nose, her quirks. She felt not enough, chasing their gold, Grammy dreams, Billboard charts. Then she broke. She said, I'm my win, not their doll. She ditched the script, dyed her hair wild, wrote Born This Way in 2011, raw, loud, hers, about loving herself, flaws and all. Labels balked, too weird, won't sell. Fans disagreed. It hit. #1 in 23 countries. She kept owning it, shared her fibromyalgia pain, her mental health struggles, built a foundation for misfits like her. Today, she's a legend, 13 Grammys, an Oscar, not because she fit their mold, but because she owned her enough. For you, maybe it's the scale you're fighting, the not qualified label, or the mirror you avoid. Gaga's story says, stop chasing their prize. You're it right now, as is. How to do it. Look in a mirror, say, I'm enough. Write it, success is me. Do one thing for you. Sing, rest, be. You're not less, you're the goal. Conclusion. Ask a question and urge action. 5 steps to redefine success. Unfollow the crowd. Name your joy, shed their rules. Walk your pace. Own your enough. JK, Oprah, Sara, Michelle, Gaga. They didn't win by their rules. They won by theirs. Blazing paths that lit their souls. Success isn't a race, it's your road, your rhythm, your truth. You're not here to fit, you're here to forge, to shine, to be you unapologetically. Now my question, what's ono success you've chased that's not yours? That job, that image, what is it? Name it below, free it, then act. Today, step off their road, write your win, walk your way. Feel the shift? That's your freedom breaking loose. Subscribe if you're ready to define it with us at Hope4Her. You're not theirs. What's your first step?